Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. I'm the Mysterious JG. I was just thinking over what weapon I wanted to upgrade because Belladonna Wand is one of the first ones I've got that would be worth considering because it would really help out with Vanille as a Saboteur because of the passive ability it has. You upgrade that. Basically, the thing is that if I pick a weapon to upgrade, then I'm pretty much committed to using it for that character for the rest of the game. But you're also committing to using that character. Once you get to the point where you've got all 6 playable characters, you can only use 3 at a time. So you're pretty much, for the most part, going to want to just use the same 3 for the entire second half of the game. And then late game, like after you finish the final story boss and you start getting into post-game stuff, then the game opens up a bit and you can have, like, most characters only have 3 different roles. They have 3 different roles they can do, but suddenly all characters can perform all roles, and it just, yeah, but really, it's like, I don't care that much about the post-game stuff. So I took a break between, even though it's supposed to be one recording session, I took a little break and went through, because I'm thinking about who my 3 characters are going to be. And when I played this before, I just had, like, the all-girl team. And once you get Fang working for you, I would always play as Vanille, Fang, and Lightning. But that's not really what you're recommended to do. Certainly you can get through the game that way. I did. I'm toying with the idea of using Sazh in my final party just because he's more fun, and his name is actually Sazh. But you would really need to replace Lightning with him because you kind of need somebody to be your sentinel and absorb damage, and you kind of need somebody to act as your primary, like, healer. And Sazh is kind of positioned it's kind of set up so that you've kind of got to choose Lightning or Sazh because they're the two who can kind of do both Commando and Ravager stuff, so they can do the offense. You have to choose between Snow and Fang because they're the ones who can be damage sponges, and you kind of have to choose between Hope and Vanille because they're the ones who are fairly effective medics. And you sort of probably want to have one person, or you need a damage sponge, you need a damage dealer, you need somebody who's gonna, like, heal. So combinations where you try to get both Hope and Vanille in the party, it's probably not going to work. You need to pick one or the other. And generally, I guess, Hope is actually better in game than Vanille, although I think Vanille is a lot more amusing. Um, Lightning or Snow is kind of, either one of them can work. I mean, sorry, Snow or Fang. But yeah, Lightning really is just a better character than Sazh, unfortunately. So I probably am, unless I hit the point where I'm upgrading weapons for more than one character, I probably need to decide who my 3 characters are going to be and not upgrade weapons for somebody who will not be part of my main party in the second half of the story, which means probably I don't want to upgrade Sazh's weapon. Although Sazh is somebody who his effectiveness very much depends on whether or not you upgrade his weapons. So the one he just got is actually one of the better ones to upgrade because of the special passive ability it has. Actually, he's the only one who can do this, and it can extend how long enemies remain staggered. And when enemies are staggered, you're doing extra damage to them. So boss fights consist almost entirely of trying to get an enemy staggered and trying to be at a point where you are fully healed when they get staggered, so that once they get staggered, you can go all out on offense and take advantage of the time they're staggered to inflict as much damage as possible. And the tougher bosses, you have to do that several times. So that would be a really useful ability in one sense, but really I can't, it's not really likely that I can use Sazh at the end of the game unless I'm willing to sacrifice Lightning. I mean, I'd love to do a party with, like, Lightning and Sazh and Vanille or something and just forget about the doofy Sentinel characters, but you sort of need one. Certainly you need one for the post-game super bosses, but I'm not planning to do those. Who cares? Anyway, folks, let's get back to the videos. But the bottom line is I think I'm going to hold off on upgrading weapons until I've got the weapon I want to upgrade for Lightning, which is one that will, like, greatly, should, in theory, greatly once it's been leveled up and I've got the right gear equipped so that they all kind of work together. I haven't really explained item synthesis and stuff, but basically there's a set of gear you can use for Lightning which should greatly increase the frequency with which she is allowed to act in combat. And if she's your party leader, you could take advantage of that even for stuff like healing, I suppose, but whatever. Let's get back to the story here.
Sazh. Tell me about
Hey,
yourself.
look, it's Sarah off to the left.
Any family?
What about you? Where are you from? Space,
I
Australia?
have a little boy.
Oh.
I carry him around in my hat.
So you're married?
I didn't say that.
I was, yeah.
Oh. I divorced her. She was a little
We gotta get you home.
irritating redheaded bint.
Your son needs you.
She didn't even ask him about what happened with the wife. She's obviously dead, Vanille.
Come on, we'll make it.
It's too late.
Is it the lessee
I
thing?
killed my
How'd
son.
You might be a lessee, but you're still a daddy.
No one talks like that, Vanille.
You're right.
So, what's his name?
And why aren't I pursuing the whole wife issue? Maybe I'm interested in becoming a new wife.
How come he doesn't answer that question? Oh, that's a flashback that's been triggered. At least we finally get to find out about Sazh. We don't know anything about him. We know even less about Vanille. But
Just keep dodge.
I'm about to punch you, so dodge. Oh. Aww.
Making a wish, huh?
I want my afro to be as
What'd you
good
wish
as yours
for?
one day.
Well, they're never happy.
That's because of you, son.
You never smile. So here's what I wished. I wish that you'd cheer up and be like your old self again.
Did you wish for your mama to be replaced by a hot chick? Oh, that's sweet.
How about that?
Whoa.
Your wish came true.
Yeah. Wow.
Meanwhile,
Okay, it's my turn to wish.
What for, Dad?
Dodge's wish didn't last long. He's already frowning. I wish that Snow and
That's my little secret.
Sarah can get married, just like they wished. Oh, look, it's his wife. Presumably. I don't know who the hell that is.
Sazh,
Yep.
Huh?
you alright?
You've been staring out there for 3 hours!
Yeah.
When do I get it?
Come on, Pops. You've really got to keep it together, okay?
I'm certainly not going to.
Now, let's go.
Question mark?
I guess he's gonna take over as party leader
Now I
now.
got kids looking out for me. Some dad I am.
Vanille, you be willing to babysit for me this weekend? Ah, primer, avoiding encounters. So it's nice that now in Act 6, you're going to teach us how to avoid encounters. A powerful scale beast awaits you ahead. It would be a difficult fight for only 2 people. However, this enemy is slow on its feet, meaning you can easily avoid the encounter if you so desire. What do you desire? You'll face many harrowing challenges as you press on. When you feel your enemies may be too strong, avoid them. Oh, well, okay, so we're still playing as Vanille. I was positive that we were about to switch over. Anyway, events. Chapter 5. What haven't we read yet? Oh god, there's a ton of stuff.
Lightning learns to read from her hopes animosity towards Snow. His mother's death during the chaos of the Purge, believing responsibility lies with Nora Leader, the grief-stricken boy, has been feeding his rage ever since. Hope's motivation for joining Lightning in her vendettas to experience battle and grow strong enough to challenge Snow. The blade in Hope's hand shines brightly. Will the gift Lightning give him to boost his confidence become the instrument of his revenge? I sure hope so. The weapon Hope stares at so intently awakens memories in his companion. On Lightning's birthday, Sarah confessed to her sister that she had become salt to the sea. Not willing to believe the story, Lightning pushed Sarah away from disdainful words. By the time she discovered that Sarah had been telling the truth, it was too late. Now the North is all she has left of her sister, a birthday gift and a symbol of unbearable regret. Nice.
And I guess I'll do Hope, or Fang, who's like lower register Vanille. As Hope reaches out for a fallen soldier... No, apparently just male Vanille. As Hope reaches out for a hand for a fallen soldier, Lightning stops them with a harsh reminder. They have chosen the path of war. They will face many soldiers on the... Well, we already read this. Yeah, we read this because of the game load screen. So go on to driving forces. Hope now concentrates all his efforts on Operation Nora, his plan for taking revenge against Snow. Though she feels responsible for his newly acquired recklessness in battle, Lightning finds herself unable to say anything. She's afraid that if she prevents Hope from fighting, he will lose the drive he needs to keep going and succumb to despair. Not knowing how to rescue Hope, reach Hope, whatever, Lightning rescinds her earlier decision and suggests they visit the boy's father in Palampolum. It that what's going on? See, I didn't get any of that. Meanwhile, Snow struggles with his conscience as he prepares to help the cavalry track down the other poles to sea. Snow swore to do whatever it takes to help to save Cocoon. What has happened to make him act against his promise? Wait, helping Cocoon would involve stopping the other to sea, because Lightning apparently wants to destroy the Sanctum or something. Now clear of all peaks, Sazh and Vanille approach a stretch of beautiful countryside that promises an easier road to travel. Oh, that's true. They went from, like, this bizarre nightmare, darkness, hellscape of the Vile Peaks, like, and just, like, immediately are transported to a beautiful Sylvan Glen. Sun-dappled flight. As they flee with no particular destination in mind, Sazh and Vanille spot warships passing overhead. The military craft appears to be flying in the direction of Palampolo, Lighting and Hope heading towards that city. Though the army have found them, though Sazh is worried for his former companion's safety, he knows that any attempts to rescue them from the Sanctum troops would be suicide. Still, they can't just walk away. Can they? Sensing Sazh's uncertainty, Vanille swiftly agrees that there isn't much they can do and suggests they run. Reasoning that it would be best to put as much distance between themselves and the army as possible, she suggests heading in the opposite direction, towards the city of Nautilus. And so Vanille skips off the dappled shade of the sunlit waterscape, only too eager to put danger behind them once more. Oh, it's for Daddy.
Sazh and Vanille make their way to sunlit waterscape.
No, I can't do that. Trying to assist themselves in the Sanctum force, assembling the city of Palampolo, Vanille's offhand question about the family fills Sazh's head with memories of his son Dash. Fireworks illuminated the night sky with brilliant color, dude. Dash had made a wish out of concern for his dad, brother. Touched for the inside of his little boy. Dash smiled, pretending to be cheerful, but all the while an unbearable pain gnawed at his soul, dude. The pain plagues him even now. But what is the reason for Sazh's misery, brother? And who is the enigmatic woman with more than passing interest in the boy and his father? Enigmatic woman with a more than passing interest? We just saw some woman. That's all we saw. I'm assuming that it's the wife. Has to be, right? Alright, so we can save the game now the video feels like it.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? Especially in high def.
I know someone who'd love to be seeing all this.
You talking about me? Oh, you're probably not talking about me.
Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to look at my inventory and see if I actually have, something that would allow me to upgrade something to level 2. I've got Thick and Tide, Power of Motion, Enigmatic Insulated, Millerite. I've got 2 Millerites, but I don't think either of them are part of the recipes for the weapons that I'm interested in. So now we saved, so they told us to avoid these fights, but let's see what happens if you actually challenge them. Especially if you get a sneak attack. Wow, even when it was staggered, I didn't do that much damage to it, did I? Probably doesn't hurt that I'm doing this instead of...
Keep up, old man!
Well, I got everything applied to it that I can, but it's obviously taking forever to kill. When you stagger it, it loses that shell, but it really doesn't become that. Whoa. That was no good.
Change is good, Pops.
Stop calling me Pops. Maybe if I had him doing his synergist stuff too. Let's just do as much damage as we can here. I think we're getting 5 stars for this. I guess it's just as well that we staggered him up front. This would have even taken even longer. But they did say it was a lot for us to handle. Oh, he's got like either weird oh, we did get 5 stars. We got a segmented carapace out of all that. So that did kind of take a while, though. I will grant them that. So it looks like we can't avoid this treasure chest. Hold on a second. I'm not really understanding exactly how the game introduced. Just looking at the helpful guide here from Brady Games or whoever the hell wrote this one. No, I don't want that. I want divide and
Follow my
conquer,
lead, Pops.
so we can continue to do some damage.
Change is good, Pops.
So it'd be kind of useful for him to do faith on the, yeah, and then maybe want to do some stuff on yourself there, buddy, because I'm not gonna be physically attacking. Phew.
Okay then.
Oh fuck, he is down. Alright, well that's no good. I was hoping to keep the hard work I had done on oh well, he's gonna lose all of his cool buffs now, but whatever. No, I guess we can still get them going. He needs to buff himself up so that we can kill this thing faster. But he needs to give himself the physical, because I'm going to go back to a commando role for him. But he doesn't know that. It's not his fault.
Follow my lead.
Now we're all buffed and he's all debuffed, and it's probably taking way too long, but he doesn't seem to do lightning breath often, but when he does, it's pretty deadly.
Change is good, Pops.
We're not even going to stagger it before we kill it. That's probably a sign of my ineptitude more than anything else. So yeah, just keep pounding away. There's an awful lot of this in this game. Music's good though. At least it's not constant singing now. Oh no, poison's worn off. Hey, and Vanille got
Tougher than you thought, huh?
Vanille got to kill it. That's nice. And we still got 5 stars, but no drops because this game sucks. It hates us a lot. So we got 15 iron shells. That's good. So now we can come up this way. There's nothing useful off to the right. We're not going to bother to fight this one. Grab this. There's one more kind of can't miss it power up to come. We can probably ignore these guys.
Yeah, well, you're an old fugitive. I'm a young fugitive. Guess which one of us is gonna get out of here alive?
Oh, bum, bum. That's easy enough. Belladonna one is like a tree branch. I didn't notice that before. I probably noticed it way back when I first played the game, but...
I'm gonna cast magical spells, and for some reason holding a tree branch will help. Because the word for world is forest or something like that.
Yay! Yay! And I got scaled wings. Very excited about that, folks. It will eventually make a difference as far as my capacity to upgrade weapons, but... What are you guys, like frickin' chickens or something?
Way to go!
Way to go! What?
Now you're talking!
So I'm manually picking Aeroria because it has an area of effect, so I figure it'll hurt more than...
Way to go,
Probably
Sazh!
pick more than
Now
one.
you're talking!
Blitz, after all, is what's really doing all the kick damage here.
I got credit for winning, even though clearly it was mostly Sazh. That's how things are going to be from now on, folks. I'll take all the credit while Sazh does all the work. You like that, do you? I don't even understand what half of what you're saying even supposed to mean.
Hey, hey! He's like, hi, hi, hi!
So yeah, I mean,
The camera when you need one.
seriously, Sazh, yeah, let's just cut down one of these huge trees, or even a couple of small ones for a little cabin. I think we could do pretty well here. Live off the flowers. Maybe kill one of those carapace things once in a while and just eat carapace creature steaks. It's a good deal. We could do really well here. Certainly it's nicer than Space Australia.
Are you homesick for Space Australia, Vanille?
You look tired. Not enough sleep?
Well, see, I was horny all night. And,
I guess.
Not surprising. Cute girl like me. It's hard to close your eyes, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, you're really weirding me out there, lady.
I'm just gonna lie down for a bit.
Seriously, what the fuck, Vanille?
Oh, look, a chocobo chick. This will keep me fed for a while. I like 'em raw.
Being made a lassie, it's not easy.
Is it, little chick?
I mean, look. Even I'm kind of worried.
Sazh is like hearing this, you know?
But even if we don't know what'll happen, we have to keep our dreams alive.
Get out of my head, Vanille! Oh, wait, I am Vanille.
Have something to look forward to. You know?
Keep our dreams alive, keep our dreams alive.
Next stop is Nautilus. City of Dreams.
You weren't supposed to be listening. Oh, yeah, whatever. I have no fucking idea where that is.
Man, that's some serious fro he's got. He doesn't even notice the chick creature flying into his head. That can't be the end of the act, can it? There's got to be a boss or something.
Boy, we should do sleep a lot more often than Hope and Lightning. They haven't slept yet.
What? Sazh?
Have you abandoned me? I mean, I couldn't blame you, but...
He's over there pondering suicide. Because he's trapped with Vanille, you know.
Now she's by herself. What an opportunity for a tragic accident.
Okay. So I guess we gotta check the data log and find out what we just watched. Oh, really? There's no new one? They just went to sleep and that doesn't result in a new data log entry? Shocking.
Where the hell is that?
Okay, now we'll get a new data log entry, full show. Maybe even a flashback for Vanille. Haven't seen any flashbacks for Vanille yet, folks.
Sazh,
Oh, who is it? Who could possibly be there?
You scared me.
what's up?
I thought you were gonna kill me with Dark Templar energies.
I'm just thinking.
Well, that's new. I thought I could smell wood burning. Ha! Thing.
Don't blame yourself. You know,
Play-
you can't control who FLC picks for.
I was too late on the draw. She said, "Don't blame yourself." I really meant to immediately say, "Blame me or God," but I wasn't fast enough.
Focus.
My son Dodge. He was picked. He's a lessee.
Who isn't a lessee at this point? I mean, is there any named character who isn't a lessee? I guess the Nora members technically have names, even if no one can remember what any of them are.
He said he wanted to see a foul sea.
That was back on day 5.
I took him to go on a tour of the Uriday Gorge plant. Thought I'd surprise him with a chocobo chick to take home, but the second I turned my back,
Vanille was there.
into the energy plant he went.
Dodge!
What the fuck is
Dodge,
Vanille
come
doing
out
there?
here!
What? Wait a minute!
Dodge! I know you're in here!
Vanille and I think that was Fang. What the fuck?
Where are you? Say something! Dodge! Hey, what's wrong?
Where's your brother
Dodge!
Buick? Plymouth. Where are they at?
Daddy.
It's alright. You okay? You're not hurt, are you? What's that?
You got one of those gang tattoos? Son, I told you to stay away from them
Apparently,
folks.
Those post-lessee had snuck in and tried to attack the Sanctum foul sea. It did the only thing it could and made Dodge a lessee to protect it. My son, he got picked by a Sanctum foul sea. He's a hero. But where Pulse lessee, Dodge's enemies. Psycom showed up right after that to take custody of him.
Oh, and his mother.
Then, it was one test after another. Even then, they couldn't figure out his focus. Maybe it was look for Pulse lessee.
Is she wearing some kind of nylon mesh shirt?
Maybe
With
it
a
was
tie
Killer.
over it?
Either way, how could a kid that young even stand a chance?
Well, fuck.
After he was made a lessee, Dodge had some way of sensing things from Pulse. He was the one who found the Pulse foul sea. But the kid can't fight. So, that's why I put myself on the train to Purgeville. I figured his focus had to have something to do with destroying that Pulse foul sea. Thought I could do it for him, and, well, you know the rest. If I was right about his focus, he's probably a crystal already. Of course, if he was supposed to take out that thing's lessee, then either we die, or he's a Sazh.
Die? Really?
Well, that's German for D, isn't it?
So I gotta kill you now, Vanille.
It's a pickle, all right. But the bird says no.
And the bird is the bird. Sorry. Well, I'm following the story better than I did the first time playing through because I'm reading the whole thing. It was for you guys' benefit, but it's helping me too. So I don't think I quite knew what was going on here when I played through before, but now I got a better idea. So Sazh's son, the Cerebrate Dodge, who is like the leader of the Super Spike Dodgeball brood, Dodge got turned into a Sanctum Lassie. So there's two kinds of Lassies, right? Because there's two kind of falsies. There's Sanctum is like the ruling body of Cocoon, the planet they're on. So Sanctum and Cocoon are kind of interchangeable. And you've got Falsy, are these kind of weird, powerful creature, god, beast, demon things are Falsy, and they can turn people into Lassie. And the people who are turned into Lassie have to do whatever their mission is, their quote focus. And if they succeed, they get turned into crystal and have eternal life, in theory. If they fail, they turn into monstrous Seath. Now, to me, it seems like whatever it is that they were dies. So it's kind of like, doesn't seem like it matters. Like, once you're a Lassie, you're fucked. But I guess, in theory, it's preferable to fulfill your focus and be rewarded by being turned into a crystal. Because maybe as a crystal, like, your spirit goes free. Or, I don't know what the heck's supposed to happen. I don't think that people of the world know exactly what happens either. So you get turned into crystal. But you can either be a Lassie who is turned into a Lassie by a Falsy from the Sanctum, in which case you're on the side of Cocoon, or by a Falsy from Pulse. And Pulse is like this other world that tried to invade Cocoon, and the Sanctum is trying to protect them. So we haven't really seen Pulse. I don't, well, I know, but you wouldn't, playing through this game, know whether or not you'll actually visit Pulse and find out about it. Right now, Pulse is this kind of mysterious, unspecified threat. It reminds me more than anything, actually, of the Armageddon Factor in Doctor Who, where you spend the first several episodes on the planet Atrios, which has been at war with the planet Zeos, but it's like much later in the story before you actually go to Zeos and find out what the hell's really going on. Because it's just this background thing. There's just been this endless war. That's all you need to know. And the people on Atrios don't really know what the hell's going on with the place they've been at war with. And it's kind of like that here. The people of Cocoon don't know anything about Pulse, except that they're the enemy and they're afraid of them. So when we get to Pulse, we might find out that Pulse is full of people who are just like the people of Cocoon and know conflict is always bad and horrible, and we should all learn to live together. We might find out that Pulse is like absolutely horrible place. Full of like evil demons, super beings. We might find out that, like, in the Armageddon Factor, the deal was basically that the planet that we've been at war with is actually, the people there were wiped out a long time ago, and in that case it was like automated weapon systems on Zeos for continuing to fight a war even though the people of Zeos were dead. It might be something like that with Pulse. We don't really know what's going on with Pulse, except that there must be something still going on in Pulse, because a Pulse Falsy came, and our entire main cast of heroes pretty much has been turned, except for Fang. We don't know what her deal is, because we know, if you have the manual, you'd know that she will be a playable character, but we don't really know what her deal is now, except that she appears to have some kind of whited out Lassie mark. But we saw Anima zapping our heroes, so that Lightning, Snow, Sazh, Hope, and Vanille have all become Pulse Lassie, right? Yeah, we get that. Now we're finding out that Dodge was turned, before this happened, was turned into a Sanctum Lassie. And Sazh was trying to... He volunteered to go on the Purge because he was hoping that once he got sent to Pulse, that he could, like, destroy a Pulse Falsy, which would somehow save his son. Because, remember, when these people were put on the train for the Purge, the idea was that they were going to be sent to Pulse. When, in fact, we know that they were always just going to be murdered. So this is making more sense to me than it did before. I didn't understand some of this before, because I was just playing through the game, just listening to the dialogue, and not reading all the... So it's like the story is better now. I think it would be a better story still, by far, if this came across in the dialogue, and you didn't have to read a bunch of text. You know, the old show, don't tell. But still, if they're going to tell and not show, you're better off reading it and finding out what's going on than having no idea what's going on. So yeah, it's interesting now. So what Sazh is saying, as he and Vanille flee, is that he's pretty sure that the Pulse Falsy was destroyed. So he figures either Dodge's focus was fulfilled and he's turned into crystal and he'll never see his son again, or the Pulse Lassie also have to be destroyed. In which case, unless he, Vanille, and all of his other friends die, that Sazh will be turned into a Seath. And although they don't really play it up that hard, like the camera lingers on his guns. I don't know if they're thinking about suicide or if we're expected to believe that he's about to kill Vanille in cold blood. But either way, I noticed playing through this game the first time, it's like they're really lingering on the guns a bit. It's kind of weird. It seems like kind of a tense, weird scene. And now I know, yeah, it's like for a moment there he was pondering murder-suicide. It's like, should I kill Vanille and then off myself? Puts a kind of different spin on things, especially because Vanille had been teasing this whole, you can't keep your arms off a pretty girl like me. Don't cross this line because I'm fully expected to be raped. But now it's like, he really is thinking about killing her and then killing himself. Interesting. Data log updated. Somehow, impossibly, it's still Vanille who's the party leader. I thought, like, they would just have a little brief episode with her as party leader, and then we'd go back to having Sazh be our party leader, but no, they're actually not doing that. So I guess we'll read up on this now. I just got done talking about it at length, but father and son, with a heavy heart, Sazh reveals the fate that he has befallen his son, Dodge. I didn't even think of a silly voice for this, but when Pulse Lassie invaders attacked the False Sea power in the Eurodot Gorge energy plant, it chose the closest human to become a servant and defender. A small boy had wandered into the facility. Now Sanctum Lassie, with the ability to sense the presence of pulsing energies, Dodge has been held in custody and monitored by government officials ever since. It is thanks to Dodge's unique ability that Sarkon was able to discover the Pulse False Sea in Bottom. However, his exact focus is yet to be determined. The boy is doomed to become a Seath. This is what prompted Sazh to board the Purge train, also known as the Pain Train. Guessing that Dodge's focus might be to destroy the Pulse False Sea, Sazh sees the only means available to him to reach the accursed creature before it could be carried to the world below. If he could slay it somehow, he reasoned, he might just be able to save his son. So now that the Pulse False Sea is no more, has Dodge gone through some crystal transformation as Sarah, the same one brother? Or has his focus stopped to rid the world of False Sea, but of the Lassie servants it created? If that's the case, then Sazh and his companions must die to spare Sazh fate worse than death. So there we are, folks. The only option is for Sazh to murder Vanille and then himself and hope that the soldiers can get lightning and hope, since as far as he knows, Snow's dead. And on that happy thought, I'm calling it a video. When we come back, folks, we will continue to do stuff on the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.